Hi, I'm Catherine, the creator of Shia and the Jetsons Community Preservation of the Promised Land. I have to expose the California Courts Department for the Housing Department. I have to expose them. They sent me a detainer eviction at my door. They were this person is responsible. Now, if you've ever been evicted from your home in the state of California, just know that the Superior Court is responsible. These people right here are responsible for removing you from your homes, and these are criminals. All of them are criminals. And I had answered to them, and this is what they said to me. They wrote this detainer eviction letter to me, and they said, notice you have been sued. The court may decide against you without you being heard unless you respond within 5 days. You have 5 days, not counting Saturdays and Sundays and other judicial holidays. After this summons, let me see. After this summons and legal papers are served on you, filed and written response from the court. So they're saying that I have to, and this is the case number here. This is who's responsible. Shelly Crawford. Her name is Shelly Crawford. She said that if I don't respond, she would send the sheriffs over. This is the address. Make sure you look at the address. This is her. Look at her. Look at her. The monster. This is a monster. Yes. Yes. Cockeyed ass bitch. This bitch is her. This is her right here. This is her address. Write this down. She is responsible for removing all of you from your homes. If you were evicted from your homes during the 70s until now, trust me, these are criminals. This is a criminal because you're never supposed to send a letter like that to me. This is who she works for. She works for this racist person. Now, I didn't put this ad right here, but when you see this ad right here, you see this? Somebody was evicted, and what they do is they'll call you and call you the N-word. You see how it says that this attorney is so racist? These are the same attorneys. It's called Kimball. If you've been sued by Kimball, and then it's called Tirey and St. John's. St. John's means the saints. In the Bible, the saints will be persecuted in the saints. They're labeling themselves as John Saint, attorney at law, to what? To do what? To remove the indigenous people from their homes. This is the synagogue of Satan that Hitler was talking about. He was murdering these type of clergymen, apartment managers. This is who he was murdering. So you have to understand and support what I'm saying so that you won't be removed from your homes. Because this is the summons. This is the summons. This is what they sent this to my door. A man came to my door and knocked on my door, and I said, "What is it?" He said, "I'm here to summons you for the papers." I said, "Put it down. Just lay it down." So then he said, "Okay," and then he went off and left because I'm not opening up my door to a criminal. Now, when she sends the sheriff to my door, the sheriff will be murdered because he has to come in. He'll be stepping on the plastic. I don't want no blood on my carpet. And then I have to defend myself in my home if he's coming to evict me because this lizard bitch said that she was going to send the sheriff. Her name is Shelly. Here's her address. And she's working with the courts. So the courts have been evicting you from your home. This is the address. Here is another one. She works with Danielle. Here it is right here. Take this down. This is the courts. It's called from Daniela T. Kussler. Her prison number is 180180144. And then you have Susan E. Greek 126739 at Kimball, Tirey and St. John LLP. The address is 2040 Main Street, Suite 500 in Irvine, California. Irvine, California, my last name. So these Synagogue of Satan people lives in Irvine, California. We have to literally, we have to blow up the the area of Irvine. What I mean blow up, I mean put it on the map. Expose these people. They're not people, but they're criminals. And it is the courts. It is the courts that sit this to me. These people here are criminals. They're in the courts in Fontana, and they have been evicting you from your home. So I had answered them with this letter here. I answered. This is what I wrote to them. Within 5 days, you got that answer. Yeah. So cockeyed ass bitch Shelly got the answer. The criminal that Hitler was murdering, he was murdering people like her. Why? For this situation right here. You're not supposed to evict indigenous people from their homes. I left a link for everybody to see that you have to send this to your courts, your mayors, to let them know, if I'm evicted, you're evicted. You have an address too. I wrote it right here. If I'm evicted, you're evicted. You have an address. Since you have an address in a home, then you have no right to evict me, since you're not indigenous and you're criminals. Chino, California is where I live. Okay, I live in Chino, California, and it's a crime. And this is what happened. This is what I wrote. My response is what happened to me. Please click pause it, read it. This is what I wrote. This is my response. You don't tell me to remove myself from my homes just because I bid it for not even the 7 acres, for the 3 acre lot right here in front of my home. This is the lot that I bid it for, the land lot. The city council sent me here, they sent this in my mail for me to bid on the land. Here's the land. So I bid it for it fair and square, so I can have it, so that I can create the promised land. This is what I do. I create the promised land. And so when I bid it for the land, I get the manager, the city council suing me to move out. The crook-eyed ass lizard Shelly bitch, this lizard bitch. We have to send my video to her, letting her know, yeah, you got my answer. Within 5 days, bitch, you got it. If I have to be evicted, so do you. You have to be evicted too. Okay? So I have, so as you can see here, people are victimized from Paul, what is his name, Goodwin. No, you're a murderer, Goodwin, Paul. You're a murderer. You evict indigenous people from their homes, and you're not indigenous. Now, the Black Laws Dictionary that you go by states that a lawyer and attorney is supposed to learn what happened to the victims, not accuse us and not evict us from our homes, you retarded bitch. You were supposed to learn what happened to us. So when I answer you within 5 days, it's really funny because you said, and it won't save you. This is what she said. It's not going to save you, even if you answer within 5 days, because you have to do it a certain way. No, this is the only way you're going to get the answer. You're going to get the answer just like you got it. Fax and email. So fax and email these people, because this is what I sent, because this is a 10-page letter that goes into detail. It has their addresses and everything on here to show you that they have to be removed. So we have to expose this criminal here, because look at her. Look at her eyes. This is a demon. She's been removing you from your homes this whole time. Shelly Crawford. She is guilty. The courts are guilty. This is California courts. They are guilty. All of these people are guilty of removing you from your homes. Okay? They are guilty from removing you from your home. So yeah, you got the answer. You got the answer, Shelly. Cockeyed ass Shelly. Go ahead and send this video to cockeyed ass Shelly, because I did rightfully bid for the land right here that I got it in the mail. See, this is the land. I rightfully bid it. You don't want me to have the land? Fine. But reparations was just called, and it kicks into effect January, about housing discrimination, just like this. So the reparations for California is about housing discrimination. Okay? Plus, the Safety Act law is in effect to where I can defend myself if a parasitic, criminal cop enters my home for no reason. You don't enter my home. Okay, you don't enter my home for no reason. Just because the manager says just because the criminal manager tells you to put me out, Oh, you have to have a probable cause for that. For one, they're saying that I owe them rent. How do I owe them rent when I never paid rent? I'm on low income housing. You don't pay rent. I'm on low income housing. I don't have an income. So if I don't have an income and I can prove it, and because I'm here, if I'm here, that means I don't have an income. This is low income housing. But they're saying I have to owe them a whopping $4,000 for out of nowhere, only because after I bid it for the land. Now all of a sudden I got to pay rent. And if I don't answer to it, if I don't answer to this lizard bitch right here, then she's gonna call the sheriff on me to remove me physically from my home. Trust me, believe me, if you've ever been evicted from your home, it's because these people are criminals and we never said anything. That's why they can remove you from your homes, because we never said anything. That's why. Now, when you look at my video that I did where it says Back to the Future in Chino, Chino means that when you look at that video, I'll put a link, you'll see people that look just like me that is indigenous to Chino. That's why I bid it for the land, because everywhere where you look, it's the same thing. Like, they'll say, here, what do you think we should do with this? Should we put another church here or another school here or whatever? So I says, no, let's build up the promised land here. We can have a big, huge tree and everybody can go into the tree and live in the tree. And then we can make other big, huge promised land community trees foundation where we live and go in that street everywhere. So everybody can learn about what happened to us and we can learn about what happened to us and where we come from. Well, I wanted to build it right here. So I bid it. So they sent me the letter. They're the one that sent me the letter. Listen, the city council in Chino, California is Kim Lee and Angela Robles. They sent me this. They didn't know I was indigenous and I was this color. When they found out, that's when I got the eviction notice from the manager. So the manager went, and the manager didn't even know that I bid it. So they went in together. The city council, Chinese people that are racist towards black people, went to the manager right here. Let's see. This is her apartment, if you can see it. Her apartment's right there in the black car. So she's on the lot. So you have the manager that's on the lot trying to evict me. It's unsafe for her to stay here, okay? Because if a sheriff is sent to my house, he's going to be walking into plastic. We're going to roll him up in there, and then the manager got to go too. If I got to go, you got to go. Why are you evicting me out just because I bid it for some land? Okay, this is why you have to die. This is why Hitler was trying to come to California and murder you people. Because of this shit like this. I'm indigenous to the land. I'm trying to bid to set the promised land here. Every community that you have within 5 minutes of here is the same shit. A church and a building, church and a school, a church and a house. That's it. Church. That's it. That's all that is within the 5 minutes. If there's 2-3 churches down here, 2-3 churches down there, and you're going to build one right here. And then you're going to tell me that I can't build something completely different that we absolutely need. It stops poverty and homelessness. It stops gang violence literally overnight. It stops everything from what we're going through. It lets us have fresh water coming through our faucets because you're putting lead in it. And then in our grocery stores, you have Beyond Meat, which is Chinese feces. In the grocery stores, Beyond Meat is Chinese feces. Yeah, they was experimenting that 11 years ago, and now they made Beyond Meat out of human feces. So this lizard bitch here is saying that she's going to evict me out of my home because I'm trying to create the promised land, and I'm letting you know. Yeah, see, look at that. Yeah, that's some crazy, creepy shit right there, ain't it? Cockeyed ass bitch. Here is where she works for this law firm and the courts. So the courts. Okay, it's the California district. Let's just read exactly what their title says. Their title is the California. I already showed you what it is. Okay, let me just try to get that. But here it is. This is what they sent. This is the title of their So this is the email. Okay, that's their website and their phone number. Please call them and let them know that they are criminals and that you have no right to send me no eviction and then tell me some shit like, oh, you got within 5 days. Okay, I sent it within 5 days. So let me see. Okay, I don't want to be on here too long. Let me go ahead and end this. Send this video to them. Please put a like and a share on this so that you will never be evicted from your home. After this, if the cockeyed bitch send a sheriff to my home, let me tell you something. You will never be evicted from your home from here, because it's going to be live on all social media or how this is going to go down. Okay, so you're going to see them coming to the house. You're going to see them coming in here, walking on the plastic, and you know I'm gonna do what I have to do to defend myself, because this is what you're gonna have to do. If they send you any type of summons letter for you to get out of your own apartment when they live in Irvine, California, okay, comfy cozy in their shit, you're gonna try to evict me out of mine, and for what? You can't say that, oh, I don't pay the rent. I don't have to, bitch. I don't have to. I came in here under no income, so what the fuck? Yeah, you can't put somebody out for signing the contract that they don't have an income and then turn around and say, oh, you got to pay rent. No, I don't. No, I don't. I've never heard of that, and I've been on. And in fact, in Arizona, I used to get $30 a month from Section 8. They used to pay me. They used to pay all of the women money because you don't have any money. So Section 8 housing used to pay you money. Okay? Yeah, because you don't have an income. So you don't just all of a sudden say, oh, here's $4,000 you got to pay. And then after they did that, I answered them legally right back. And then they said, oh, okay, fine. Well, you don't have to pay it, because all of a sudden we just found a whole bunch of money. We found the $4,000 in our bank account. So we're going to pay for that $4,000. You don't have to do that. I got that letter. Okay, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. I didn't even say anything about that. And then I got just recently this detainer from these bitches right here. So from this court, I got this detainer because they're guilty. They're like literally guilty. They're like literally guilty of a crime. You were supposed to give me the land. That's it. You're supposed to just give me the land because I bidded for it. I had to appeal it, and after I appealed it, that's when I got the letters. The eviction letter that I got to pay $4,000. That's when I got it. See? Right here. See, they saying I owe all this money for nothing. All of a sudden, out the clear blue, like I owe this money. Yeah, it's the law that if you can't afford to pay for rent, then you don't. If you're under low income Section 8 or housing or whatever, low income housing, you don't pay no rent if you can't afford it. Right. Okay. So if I tell you, hey, can't afford it, then you supposed, of course, and that's what she did. She said, okay, then don't pay no rent. Now, this was back in 2019, the manager, because I had to show her why I couldn't pay rent. And so that was it. She was like, okay. So for the whole past 3 years that I have not been paying rent, up until the time I bid for the land, now all of a sudden I got to pay rent. See? Okay. Please share and put a like on this, because they're criminals. Okay, so Cockeyed Shelly is a criminal, and the California Superior Court in Fontana District, San Bernardino District, are all criminals. And you can see from right here, somebody was a victim of this Kimball attorney that evicts people from their homes. Somebody was evicted, so I had to put this on here. So look at my papers that I sent to them, read them yourself, and you can send them to your whoever is evicting you. Send this paper to them so they can understand. Don't you ever send me no unlawful detainer. If you got an unlawful detainer, then send them this. Send them this, especially if you live in California state or anywhere. Send them this. Because they're never supposed to put you out of a home when they are foreigners, criminals coming from Paul Revere's bloodline. They were supposed to have been executed and murdered here prior to 4th of July in 1776. And then they're going to come here and tell you to move out of your home when you're indigenous to the land and you were removed from your home in 1830. They removed you from the Constitution that they wrote. Only parasites can write up a constitution to try to be human. Every man created equal. Who doesn't know that? You don't know that because you're the parasite trying to convince me that every man is created equal when you're not equal to me. I'm indigenous and you're not. You're the parasite that came here on all fours, walking on all fours like Hitler said. He was murdering you on sight because of this right here. You're supposed to mind your own fucking business. Since you don't know how to do that, then you must die. You must die because I'm in the right and you're in the wrong. Okay? Okay, yeah. For 4 years, I've been under this low income housing where you don't pay rent. So why all of a sudden I got to pay rent when I bidded for the land right here that's rightfully mine? Because it's rightfully mine and you're trying to figure out a way to get me out of here. Well, guess what? You just have to settle and take that L and get the fuck off the land or die. Yeah, because it's not gonna be me that's gonna have the bloodshed, bitch. You're the one that's gonna be meeting the bloodshed, bitch. You coming over here? Yeah, I have a right to defend myself according to human rights law and according to the Safety Act law. I have a right to defend myself. Crook-eyed ass Shelly. Call the police, call the sheriff if you want to, but your beloved sheriff is gonna die. You crook-eyed ass bitch. Yeah, you're going to die. And this is an old bitch too. She don't look like this. She thought this picture was cute when she put it all on public display on Google. Bitch, you're a crook-eyed ass bitch. Okay? Crook-eyed ass motherfucking bitch, Shelly. Shelly ass, crook-eyed ass, cat-eyed bitch. So, put a like on this, please, because it's very, very important. These criminals really got to go. It's too many of them. And they think they can just run you just because they think that their dumb sheriff. No, your dumb sheriff is going to die by your hands, by your stupidity. Hitler was right. I'm just letting you know he was right. The man was right. I'm not saying it to be mean. Listen, please understand. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be vicious or anything. But who the fuck are you to tell me that I have to go when you have people believing that this is normal? It's not normal. No, it's not normal for you to demand that I get out because you don't want me, because you're racist. Because you're a racist piece of shit. Let's just say what it really is. Let's just say it. You are a racist piece of shit. All of the courts that summons this letter to me, you are a racist piece of shit. Read what you wrote to me. How dare you say something like that to me? How dare you say so? Here's your address. There's your address. See that? Make sure you get the address. Yeah, Superior Court of California. I just want to make sure you get that. Kimball. Yeah, this is their address. I will leave a link. But here is the case number. You can really see it right here. Okay, so let me get off this thing here. I'll make a quicker video, but I'll make a shorter video. But I just wanted to get that out. Oh, okay, now please put a like on this so everybody can see this. If you've ever been evicted, then you have to get these papers and send it to the person that's evicting you. Because listen, if they're going to evict you anyway, you might as well fight back to let them know that if you send the sheriff, it will be bloodshed. Because I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere, and I'm not the criminal. There's nothing that I've done wrong. So why am I going to get out? Because you're racist. See, the only reason why people are being evicted because nobody told you the truth that you have to get the fuck off the land and leave us alone and mind your own fucking business like Hitler told you. Okay? So when Hitler told you to do what you're supposed to do and you think you can do it, this is where you meet your end. This is where you meet your end. You meet your end right here. You can no longer evict anybody from their homes anymore, especially while reparations are being called in January. I'm talking about this year, it's been called out. So January goes into effect about housing discrimination. Yeah. Yeah, right. Cockeyed Shelly, she don't have no power. Yeah, go sit down, cockeyed Shelly. Thank you. Okay, you guys put a like on this and subscribe and share this video to Cockeyed Shelly. Okay? Thank you.